Good morning. Hi, I just wanted to jump on really quickly and talk about something that came up yesterday. Is that light distracting you? Let me see what I can do. Okay. So, got my hair kind of tamed for today. One of the things that I had yesterday that really came up that was important to me is the idea of when to fight when it comes to custody. Sometimes we're involved in a custody case and someone wants to interplead. That means add themselves. In this case, it was a set of grandparents. I wasn't involved. I came in later. And I remember talking to my clients and they were saying, you know, this situation is awful. I don't know how they got so much time. How are these things happening? Like, how do I make this better for the child? You've all heard me say many, many times, if you are one of my clients or maybe a judge or someone on the other side, that I work for the kids. Even though you may pay me, I try to do what's best for your children, and I tell you that all the time. But one of the things that's interesting about this is that the attorney said, listen, they're going to get something, go ahead and let them in. I probably would have approached this particular case differently because they didn't have standing. What I mean by standing is they had no right to be in the case because they were not the parents and the child had never lived with them. Now my clients are in a situation where they have a 6-hour round trip sort of visitation schedule set up that does not make sense for a child who's so young. And so as the new attorney, I had to tell them, look, I can't take away rights that your attorney has allowed them to add or that the court never heard and should have heard the first time because obviously it's too late to appeal. But just remember that when you are involved in a custody case, you want to get a lawyer right away. If it's just you, mom and dad, you may want to work it out sometimes. That's absolutely fine. But when other people try to get involved, you need to know whether they have a right to be involved, and you need to know whether they should be involved. They may be very helpful in caring for your kids. They may be good friends or family members, but that does not mean they should have a legal right to joint custody or legal custody even. And so the battle to fight that actually begins at the beginning of the case. It is not something you want to be fighting at the end of the case when you're trying to decide on schools and some distant relative somewhere far away can say, well, I prefer them to do this. So in the future, when you are thinking about your custody, I just want you to know that it's very, very important to start your fight in the beginning. I hate using words like fight when it comes to kids, but I guess what I really mean is being very clear about who has rights, who has needs, and who has wants. The child has needs. We need to care for their needs. The parents have rights. But other people may just want to be in contact, and you may want to allow that, but it doesn't mean the court should be involved. So know when the court should be involved and when they shouldn't. And you have a great day. Thanks.